Good morning. Appreciate y'all for tuning in and rocking with us for another edition of the Morning Breeze, man. Always rocking with you guys, as always, man. Outside of me, I got my guy, Mr. Media himself, Jordan JC, in the building. Oh, yeah. I got it on good authority, ladies and gentlemen, that Kyle Shanahan steals Snickers from the 7-Eleven. Bad dude. Bad dude. Gotta get him out of there and straight to Chicago where he belongs. What's good, y'all? It's your boy, Pat the Designer, back at it again. Appreciate y'all for tuning in and showing love, man. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave a 5-star review. We got to talk about, could the Chicago Bears actually make a trade for Kyle Shanahan? And what would a trade like that cost? This is from Mike Florio yesterday. Talked about it a little bit on the morning show, or I'm sorry, on the daily show. And now it seems like it's picking up a little bit of traction here. So we'll see what kind of trade would that realistically look like. And are the Bears going to be willing to make that trade? Also, got to talk about Thomas Brown first game. What are the 3 keys for Thomas Brown to get a win in his first ever game as a Chicago Bear? The date is 12/5/2024. 7 o'clock in the morning, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm pretty sure Kyle Shanahan's a bad guy. Let's go. Let's go. Hey. Anything it takes. Anything it takes, baby. Oh, you get in here, Jordan JC.
Hey, how's it going?
Whoa.
All right.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
All
Kyle
right.
Shanahan stealing Snickers out of the local 7-Eleven, man.
Oh, is that what he's doing
Dangerous
now?
dude. Yeah, dangerous dude, man. You know, with the record he's building up, they're gonna like run him out on foot out of San Francisco. You got to be careful with this guy, dog.
I would love for him to come to Chicago.
Oh boy! Oh, you just want criminals everywhere in this city,
That's
don't
right.
you?
Hey, it's part of
you
the life.
bastard. What's good, y'all? It's your boy, Pat the Designer, back at it again. Joined by Mr. Media himself, Jordan JC
Yo.
in the building. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. I need y'all to go ahead and do me a favor, man. Go ahead now.
Come on. Push the button. Come on. Push the button. Come on, push the button.
Yeah, come on, push your button.
You heard what she said.
Y'all heard what Sue Young said. Push the goddamn button, man. Stop playing with us. What's good with you, my guy? How you feeling, man? The fans were a little pissed at us yesterday.
Really?
Because we didn't do a morning show. I told them, listen, I said we had some business to handle. It's a big business, but I apologize. You know what I mean? They still came into the chat.
I'm not gonna lie. I did tell Pat. I said, "Hey, is it maybe down the line if he's busy, because he's doing big things at ESPN." I said maybe I'll do a live by myself if I feel confident enough. So you might see me pop my head in here one or a few times. I don't know. We'll see.
Why am I getting shots for doing stuff at ESPN? It's like, he's big time. He's doing it at ESPN. Like, what?
He's a big time in us right now.
Excuse me for having a job. Just trying to do my job, man. Man, listen, we got into the conversation yesterday that Mike Florio brought up on Pro Football Talk about, could the Chicago Bears actually go out and trade for their next head coach? He said this was a realistic option, to the point where coaches around the league, at least one coach confirmed around the league, reached out to him and said, yo, why is my name not on the list? So it is something that coaches would be open to. That coach was not Kyle Shanahan, but it's such an interesting, novel concept because we just don't see it in the league very often. Although me and Joe talked about it yesterday, and it does work.
Yeah.
Bill Belichick traded John Gruden was traded Super Bowl. Bill Belichick traded Super Bowl. Was it Herm Edwards? Herm Edwards ended up getting traded. Didn't work nearly as well, but there was still some winning involved over there. Like there are these situations that you look at in the past where, yeah, these coaches have been traded. Mike Holmgren, I think they made a Super Bowl in Seattle with Mike Holmgren. He was traded there, right? Like there's these situations that pop up and you go, well, why would anyone ever do that? And you see when it happens, it actually does work. I mean, heck, the number one that we talked about in the yesterday is the trade of Sean Payton, who had kind of retired weirdly, but the trade of Sean Payton to the Denver Broncos, where now Bo Nix, I think most of us believe, is thriving.
Yeah,
because of the situation that he's put in with Sean Payton. You know what I mean? So it's kind of one of those things where you look at it and you go, well, yeah, these work well when they actually do happen because you're getting the guaranteed commodity. So I'll ask you this first off, Jordan JC. Would you trade multiple picks for Kyle Shanahan? Because Colin Cowherd came out on his show, co-signed it, and said he absolutely would.
Yeah, the only thing is, I mean, man, I hope that with all the bad things that we're spreading rumors about him, we hopefully can give away a more than or rather less than a first round pick because apparently they're saying that we would have to give up if the Bears were to land maybe the 12th pick. They'd be okay with giving up the 12th pick. I'm like, oh my goodness, can we give up a second or third or maybe a package of later round picks? Because goodness, we got to spread some more rumors about him killing animals.
Gotta get that value down.
Well, the
Sean Payton trade was New Orleans New Orleans sent Sean Payton. They sent out a 2023 first round pick, a 2024 second round pick. And Sean Payton was not currently coaching in the league when this happened. So I would assume that the value might be a little bit more than that. You might be talking about multiple first round picks. The Broncos also received Sean Payton and a third round pick.
Here's my thing. Do you go with that or do you trust the process and kind of keep your picks because you know how important this offseason is with addressing the offensive line and the defensive ends that you don't have on your team? You're taking a chance with that, and you're saying we're putting all of our chips in the middle of the table, our most important chips, the first-round picks, for a coach that, yes, is very, very obviously established. Kyle Shanahan, I mean, yes, you one of the better coaches in the league, great offensive mind, genius offensive mind. You see what San Francisco does when it's at full steam, when it's fully healthy. I mean, that is a well-oiled machine over there as a team. But are you willing to give up those picks and forego the fact that, hey, he's got to exactly Crimson. He's got to be the one out there blocking for Chicago. He's got to suit up as an offensive lineman for Chicago next year and coach. I don't know. He might be Coleman Shelton next year.
I'll say this. With $80 million on the books and with what I know Kyle Shanahan can do as a head coach, there's no questions. There's no maybe he turns from a good coordinator into a good head coach. He's a good head coach. There is no maybe he's a retread head coach that can't win in the NFL. He's a good head coach that has taken his team to multiple Super Bowls with a couple of quarterbacks that, let's be real, while Brock Purdy and Jimmy Garoppolo, get you there. A couple of missed throws. He's a couple of missed throws away from winning the Super Bowl. I have no problem with his offensive scheme in either of those games. You know what I mean? Yeah. I would give up next year's entire draft to get Kyle Shanahan in.
Jesus, well, bad.
Dog, because here's the thing. We're talking about a culture setter.
Yeah.
We're talking about having the answer. Do you have the answer at quarterback?
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
We've never had the answer at quarterback.
That's true.
You can't F this up. I would give up the world to get Kyle Shanahan. Because I know that as time goes on, Kyle Shanahan and Caleb Williams will be a successful situation. I understand you still got to go out there and you still got to add pieces. And of course, the Bears wouldn't end up giving up the entire draft, right? So you'd still be able to go out and draft pieces. But are you telling me I have the answer at my head coach? I have the answer at my quarterback. I have the answer in the wide receiver room, and I can go out and sign guys. I can go out and draft guys maybe in the second round or the third round who are still starting pieces, who should still be starting pieces on the offensive line. You got dang right.
I don't know, man. I feel you. I feel you on one end, Pat, but then on the other end, I'm a little I want to scale it back a little bit. Let's do a balancing act. All right. I wouldn't give up everything I have. I wouldn't give up the car and the house and my left leg. I'd probably cut off my leg. Let
me ask you this. Let me ask you this. What are good pieces with a mediocre coach?
What are good pieces with a mediocre coach?
If I give you the best team in the world, but you're a mediocre coach, what is that? What's going to happen?
You're stunting the growth of probably a Super Bowl contending team. They'll probably just be a playoff contender.
What are mediocre pieces with a good coach?
They'll outdo their potential.
Give me the good coach.
I agree.
Like, I get it, right? Maybe you can go out and find it. Maybe it is Thomas Brown. And listen, by the end of 5 games, it's not like the Bears.
Dang right, it's Thomas Brown.
Hey, you calm down there, Tomlin Brown. It's not like the Bears are trading the draft tomorrow, right? Like, it's not like this is a tomorrow move, but it's something that I would be interested in exploring because I don't know what the feeling around San Fran is right now, but I know the conversations are getting a little weird to me for a dude that's taking you to 2 Super Bowls. Like when I'm sitting there reading articles, has Kyle Shanahan peaked? Is this it? Is it time to move on? I'm like, wait a minute. Well, put the fact in there that this guy punches penguins, but outside of that, are we really having these conversations over in San Fran?
That's what happens, man, when the record doesn't look good. Don't matter. They don't even give the excuse that all your stars are hurt.
I'm sitting there, I'm like, please be stupid.
Yeah.
But maybe, just maybe, they're dumb enough to do it. I want Ryan Poles on the phone calling, inquiring about it. And I would give up those first round picks because if I get a coach, if I got those first round picks and a coach that don't know how to use them, that don't know how to put them in the right position, that don't have the staff that can develop them, useless. Meanwhile, Kyle Shanahan has developed the last pick in the draft. The last pick in the draft.
That is a good point. I like that. I like that argument.
Like
Purdy was Mr. Irrelevant.
Like, dog, like I get it. You want to fix the O-line, you want to get all these pieces, but you know what? Coaching matters in this league. And it's honestly, outside of the quarterback, the most important thing that you can have. How many good coaches do we see with mediocre pieces go out there and still prove to be good? Heck, Sean Payton last year, we're sitting there watching that Denver team, and we're like, ugh,
yeah,
this is gross. Oh, they're actually getting some wins. Sean Payton this year, we're coming into the season, we're like, they finna be terrible.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wait a minute, these motherfuckers balling a little bit.
Bo Nix, okay.
Oh, Bo Nix, wait a minute. Like when you have the right guy, you can make a lot of good things happen. It's not a coincidence that Mike Tomlin's never gone under 500 when he's had a couple of quarterbacks back there that look like me and JC. Like, let's not even be dumb about this. I don't even think this is less than a no-brainer. This is AI.
I don't know. I think what scares me is looking at it from the other side is, with everything going on. We saw the press conference with Warren and Poles, and the fact that Poles looked like, oh, I better get some things right going forward. I feel like, will they chance giving up multiple picks for the elite coach versus the elite prospects that are going to, protect your quarterback going forward? Or do you trust the Kyle Shanahan, like you said, to evaluate and be a part of that evaluation process in the room when they get to the draft and are better at picking later round picks? Because we talked about Ryan Poles' track record in once he picks later in the draft. That's why I want to give him every opportunity to really hit on these picks in the beginning of the draft, especially in the first round, with the protection. And I guess that's the balancing act that I'm talking about. Is I'm all for getting a coach like Kyle Shanahan. Trust me, I'm on board with that. But giving up the multiple first rounders, which I'm pretty sure it will cost us, that's probably the trade value. That scares me because we're in a year, we're going into an offseason that is so important. Are you telling me that you're going to lean on the new coach, and then the process being, well, what's our second round picks? We got 2 second round picks. We're leaning on that, and then our third and our fourth. So that's where I have pause with it. I just want to me, it's not just an obvious thing. I understand you're saying it's a no-brainer. Yes, the coach himself, it should be a no-brainer. But man, I swear, if we don't get this right, including, yes, I understand the $85 million we have to go get some players that are already established in the league, they better hit on everything. That's all I'm saying, is they better hit on everything.
I love this point about Berlissimo. Shanahan turns Mr. Irrelevant into a top tier QB. Eberflus turns top of draft QB into Mr. Irrelevant. I expect the Bears to F this up. Bear down. That's really what it comes down to.
Gone now.
and let's be real. Like let's be honest. Let's break it down as draft capital, right?
Yeah.
10-year left tackle. Assuming 10-year minimum.
Okay.
Kyle Shanahan, who can coach up maybe one of the dare I say a Braxton Jones.
Oh, don't right now. That'd be crazy.
And actually get him to play the game the right way.
By the way, they're saying that him and Darnell Wright are looking elite now for whatever reason. I saw an article. Anyway,
not at all. Not at all, my boy. Well, Darnell's looking better.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I'm going with Cal. I'm going with Cal.
Let's be real. Starting center. Rookie starting center. Kyle Shanahan.
Going Shanny.
It's not tough. It's not difficult.
When you put it like that, of course,
in our minds. Well, that's what it is. You're not drafting dogs out there for freaking guys. We're not drafting coaches. You can't go out there and draft a coach.
When you put it like that, it sounds easy. It sounds understandable, but it's still scary. It's scary.
Not scary to me.
I'm scared, Pat.
Like literally, it's one of those things to me where it's like, you've got this guy for 10 years, or I got this 30-year-old coach. What is he, 37, 36? How old is Kyle Shanahan? Is he in his 40s yet? Doesn't matter. Bill Belichick basically coached till he's dying. He's 44 years old. Got a 44-year-old head coach who's known to make the right decisions and turn late-round picks into top-tier talent that takes you to the Super Bowl. And for everybody sitting here saying, oh, well, he lost the Super Bowl. How can you win? We can't go out and get the guy that can't get the job done. That was Andy Reid. I remember Bears fans saying, I don't want Andy Reid here because why would we want Andy Reid? He loses in the Super Bowl. How's that working out? How's that going? How's that?
I'd like to get to the Super Bowl. Oh, bets are off then.
Paul Galore, Kyle draft just isn't really great either. The Lance pick was terrible, but he lucked into Purdy. Also, the Niners O-line isn't good. Besides, their all-pro left tackle who they got through trade. Why can't we do that here? Like, y'all realize we're talking about him in his first losing season, basically, where half the team is dead. I'm blown that this is a tough topic for people.
I think it's just it scares people that we would take a chance on a coach when we're not really good at evaluating. The Bears just always seem to just screw something up. Maybe Kyle Shanahan isn't good anymore, and he comes here and he doesn't even know what offense is anymore. He's just
I mean,
incompetent.
listen, if they offer him the tome, you know what I mean? Oh, we've got the great
he gets warped in his
Shanahan
head.
better get dashed out of here. I'm sick of it.
I'm telling you, man, his brain's going to get warped once he gets to Chicago. It's like we can't have
But
anything
I mean,
there.
I think this is the other thing too. We've also gotten to the point because the season has not gone where we wanted it to go. That we're under the impression that Ryan Poles has done a bad job evaluating all talent that is here. Is Caleb Williams good?
Absolutely.
Is Rome good?
Yeah.
Darnell's kind of figuring it out now. He had a little sophomore slump. Darnell's coming along. Took longer than I wanted it to. Do we like Javon Dexter?
I like me a little Dex, yeah.
Little Dex. We like Montez Sweat. Paid Jalen Johnson, kept him around. Not even his pick. But realized the talent was there. Like we act like there's no talent on this team. In fact, there's so much talent on this team, it actually points to how bad Matt Eberflus was. Top 10 in both offensive and defensive red zone efficiency. Only team with a plus 10 turnover ratio with a losing record. Or a positive turnover ratio, I should say, with a losing record. Literally every other team on the list, playoff team. Bears on that list, losing record. More than anything, it speaks to, wow, you had a coach that was doing a masterful job. What kind of loser was that? Generational. So like when people are sitting here telling me like Ryan Poles has done the worst job ever evaluating the talent, the numbers would say he hasn't. Pair that up with a head coach who could possibly be here for 20, 30 years. I know we love our players, guys, but most players aren't lasting more than 10 years in the NFL.
Yeah.
10-year tight end or the answer at your head coaching position for the next 20 years. You know what I would actually love? To actually have that badge of honor of not firing a coach mean something. Now, again, I think it's a slim chance it happens. But if we're going to have the conversation, the fact that there are people on the other side going, I wouldn't give up a first-round pick to have the answer at head coach is mind-boggling.
I'm just saying.
Paulie G, couple super chats, appreciate you, Paulie G, said, well, Poles double down on Flus, so we should get rid of him too and pair both new coach with new GM. I mean, listen, if what we're hearing is true, Poles doubling down on Flus was kind of like gun to the back. You're going to double down on him.
It was an arranged marriage.
You're going to say that he's your guy. Don't die.
Yep. Arranged marriage. Don't want.
By the way, we can officially say Tory Taylor's a bad pick. I just want to throw that out there in the fourth round. We can officially say that. I will say that.
I already know why.
Because there's a phenomenal
I knew you were going to say Bucky Irving.
Running back down in Tampa.
I knew it.
Who's just dominant. I mean, heck, could have saved $8 million and paid an offensive lineman. Oh boy, yeah, man. Hey, punters in the fourth round, huh? How you like that? Not gonna be punting much.
You do not ever besmirch the name of Tory Taylor. I understand Bucky Irving is dominating, and he was taken after Tory. Okay,
bad pick.
Legendary punter. All right,
legendary what?
I knew you were going to try and find some sort of way to. It's okay. It's all right. Okay.
You mean the honesty? You mean being honest about it?
Yeah,
Coach G was good. I see you in the building. Shout out to the Breeze Nation in here, man. PJ Jones in the building. Say Shy City in the building. Crimson in this mug, man. Paulie G. Roddy B in this mug. Rodney Walker in here, man. Tom Claire, Brian Williams, Stan Wood. Shout out to y'all, man. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, man. Leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. Let's keep this thing moving along, man, because I'm sick of this. Talking about goddamn punters on this, man. It's bad. It's bad. And people can't find a head coach. Can't figure out the head coaching answer. We begging for a head coach. No, I would never trade for Kyle Shanahan. Shut up. I'm sick of this skid, man. Common sense, dog. Like, what are we talking about? We don't have a left tackle. We ain't got a coach. Thomas Brown, figure it out.
Yeah, it's angry today.
No, that did irritate me, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. But I woke up and I'm looking on Twitter after yesterday, and Muzz are like, Kyle Shanahan didn't get it done in the Super Bowl. Why would I ever want Kyle Shanahan? I was like, oh, we can't be this dumb. This is insane. Y'all know we can't get to second place, right?
Right.
What? Like, what are we talking about? Oh, bad man, Samurai J. Samurai J says he has it on good authority that Kyle Shanahan uses baby pigs when tossing the pigskin around. Bad guy. Bad guy, bro.
A pig? Oh, boy.
Bad guy.
That's not good.
Also a strong arm. Not much a baby pig weighs.
Yeah. Got to get him out of there.
About your medicine ball. I heard he spikes them. All right, let's keep it moving along, man. Appreciate you guys for tuning in, showing love. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page. Leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. Let's talk about this, JC, because we do have somebody in place that I will say this. Outside of the Kyle Shanahan madness and all of the other coaching names that have been thrown out there, it feels like majority of Bears fans want to see Thomas Brown, apologies.
I got you.
Oh, you bastards. Want to see Thomas Brown succeed.
Yeah.
And so a modified version of our 3 keys today. We're going to go, what are our 3 keys for Thomas Brown to do what Matt Eberflus never could?
Oh.
Win a game on the road on Sunday.
Oh, boy. Still blows me.
I'm still watching that video, bro. I'm still watching.
Cannot believe that trash.
FS caught me off guard when you pulled that one out.
It just blows your mind. It blows your mind. First game.
It absolutely does. By the way, we've been tweaking over here.
What do we got?
100 in the chat. Over 200 in the chat. Over 300 in the chat. 300. Hit that like
Appreciate
button.
the love, man.
Let's get into our keys, my guy, because this is an interesting topic here. Let's start it off. Key number 1, George JC, what is your first key to Thomas Brown getting a win over the San Francisco 49ers? What does he have to do?
Well, I'll tell you this. One thing that I love that he's mentioned twice in his pressers is he wants the whole team to play free and violent. I love that word. If you remember, I can't remember the linebacker we had traded for, I think from the Ravens years ago, and he was like, "What's the best attribute about you?" He said, "I'm violent," and that like sold me right there. He wasn't as good as I thought he would be.
Oh,
but,
was that what was Buddy name?
I can't remember his name. I think he started with a P, but he was cold. He said, "I'm violent." What Pernell McPhee? Pernell McPhee. Hey. Give me a whole bunch of violence, all right? I just want violence. He said the game rewards violence and those that play that way because that's the type of like mentality that you need going into it. And so I would love for this team to play with a little bit more reckless abandon, especially on defense. You know, I need to see more blitzes. I would love for him and Eric Washington to pair up and really get these guys just flying all over the place and just being violent. Man, Brock Purdy doesn't have as many weapons at his disposal. That line is getting older outside of, Trent Williams. It's I won't say there's a bunch of great names, but you have a means to get to the quarterback, create as much pressure, engage 8 more so, than you ever have before. Let's not always just allow the defensive ends to get to the quarterback. Man, bring Kyler Gordon on some pressures. Bring the linebackers on some pressures. Like be violent and be violent constantly.
Yeah. Listen. That's the thing about Pernell McPhee, though. I love the take, but he was so violent he took himself out the game. You know what I mean?
Hurt. He was very hurt. Very out.
I don't know about that one.
He did hurt himself a lot.
I don't know about
Jeez, that is the bad part of being
Yeah,
violent.
we didn't need. He actually could play. That was the wild part. I liked Pernell McPhee, but he was hurt every other game.
Yeah. That's
But
true.
no, man, listen, I agree with you. I think when you look at what Thomas Brown has said and how the offense has played, at least early on, you do have a hope that he'll be able to go out there and be able to get that same thing out of the defense. And that they have that same level of buy-in. If they do, I think that you'll see the violence. I think that you'll see the hits. I think that you'll see, a team that's a little bit more impassioned. And Eric Washington's gonna. You want to talk about engage 8? I tell you to go back to that preseason. Yeah, I mean when Kyler Gordon takes the head off of who was the quarterback that was in? It was like the fourth string quarterback. It was disrespectful as heck. But he's blitzing all night. Who was the quarterback that Kyler Gordon killed in freaking preseason, bro? Like
he knocked. Yeah, he was
knocked
looking
that
at
man's head off, bro.
I
Knocked
can't
that man's head
remember.
off.
Yeah,
It's still in the helmet somewhere. They just
what a
didn't
hit.
tell you.
Yeah.
But like, nah, man, like that. Those are the things to me that I think you will get out of them, and so I'm excited to see. Excuse me, what that's going to, what kind of effect that's going to have on the defense. Yeah, it was the Bengals backup quarterback, wasn't it? Yeah, shout out to Pterodactyl Pops. Yeah, bro, he shouldn't have been there. I don't know. We blitzing Kyler Gordon on in the fourth quarter. It's just like, there you go. My first key to Thomas Brown being successful in his first game, Mr. Brown, do simple better than your previous boss. There's a reason he's not here. The thing that comes as common sense to you, having that feel for the game, the common sense thing, do it. If you do that more times than not, the numbers would say you have the talent for this team to win the game. Do simple better. I said this to Shane. Shane didn't listen to me. And then Thomas Brown got in there, did simple better as an OC, and all of a sudden we're like, oh, this offense moving the ball. Look at that. Oh, phenomenal play. Watch what your previous boss did. Don't do that. Don't not call timeouts on Hail Mary situations. No speed options on the goal line. When you and not to compare it, but when you look at Mike Tomlin and what his team does, oh, you bastard. When you look at Mike Tomlin and what his team does, how often do we look at that and say that was cute?
Mm-hmm.
They tried to get sexy there. They tried to get cute there. It's not. It doesn't have to be. We're sitting there throwing it back to the left tackle pitches it to the running back punts it over to the quarterback. Again, the quarterback flips it between his leg for 40 yards and it lands in the receiver's hand. We don't do that. They don't do that.
Yeah.
They say, all right, bet. What we got? We got Russ right here. All right, Russ. Short pass over the middle. Boom. Touchdown. Are we on the 1 yard line? Oh, Najee. Yeah, let's do it. What you think you're doing? You running the football. Shut up.
Keep it simple.
I can't even remember a flashy play.
Mm-mm.
I'm sure there have been over his time there. But I maybe rarely you see them do something flashy because you know what you're going to get on the sideline if that play don't work? Them eyes just looking at you.
What are you doing?
Looking like that doctor that be looking at House. Played by Omar Gooding. I don't know if anybody got that. All right, don't worry about it.
No, I'm right there with you. I think that is a very good key. Keep it as simple as possible. Like, continue to do what you've been doing. You know, call a game plan that will utilize the talents of your stars and your quarterback. You know, which is what he's been saying. He said, his job is to make everybody's job easier come Sunday to get everybody prepared. It's not about him. It's about the players. If the players ran league, it's about making sure that he makes them as comfortable as possible. And you've been doing that by all aspects. You've been doing that for Caleb. Caleb's looked better and better. And so just keep that same train running. And I think that will lead to a surprising victory maybe. My second key to Thomas Brown winning his first game on the road on Sunday versus the 49ers.
He can do what Flus never could.
Never in 3 years.
Oh, I'm sick of this. You know what's coming.
He's probably doing it right now. Wherever
that picture will live for a while, bro.
Infamy, dude. Infamy, dude. It's just so ridiculous.
Yeah, I saw you down at the unemployment line.
They're both there together now. Walter and Eberflus. No, I think that the second key, one of my most important, is actually making sure that we utilize the fact that they don't have as good of a run game. Take advantage of that. I know the run defense has been putrid this year. For whatever reason, we can't get it on course. I know Eric Washington, in my opinion, is a very good defensive coordinator. He has a mind for the game. I know that he gets these guys ready and prepared, but for whatever reason, they just cannot get it right on run defense. You now have a team that is without Christian McCaffrey for the rest of the year. You have a team that's without Jordan Mason, which was a very good backup. Now they're going to guys like Isaac Garindo and whoever else they put on the roster recently. I can't remember his name.
Back, maybe.
What's that?
Deebo Samuel back at running back, maybe.
Ooh, that might be it. Actually, I didn't even think about that.
No, for fantasy purposes.
So, yeah, you know, Shanahan's probably cooking up something with that in mind. That actually is a good point. So you got to find a way to stop the run game. You know, make them one-dimensional as much as possible. Kyle Shanahan is going to try and find a way to work around the fact that he hasn't, you know, has all of his stars at his disposal. But you got to find a way to make Brock Purdy throw that ball a bunch of times. That way, you know, Jalen Johnson, the Tariqs, the Kyler Gordons can try to, you know, intercept the ball, get a pick six, whatever the case may be. But make sure that you try to stop that run game so they can be one-dimensional.
No, 100%. I think that is that's going to be important. That's where that to me more is where the playing violent comes in, right? How many times I asked Tremaine Edmonds last time I was up at Hallis, you know, what is it about this defense that is made the run defense fall off completely? And he was like, it's just not. I think it's just guys not being in their gaps, not being you know where they need to be in those moments, not paying attention to the details. You know, I mean, how many times can you say that? But like, you know, this would be a game where if you're going to pay attention to the details, this is the perfect game to go out there and pay attention to it, because you are going to be going up against, at a minimum, Deebo Samuel, who is a good running back, but like more times than not, right? Like you want to use him as that wide receiver position. You got to go out there. That's the moment for me where I want to see this team play violent. My second key to Thomas Brown being successful as the new head coach of the Chicago Bears in his first game on the road, doing something Flus never could. You have to, that same blind faith that you said you and Caleb have to have, you for the first time have to have with your new offensive coordinator, Chris Beatty, who is going to be up in the booth, because for the first time this season, calling plays, you're not going to be able to see the all 22. Don't overthink it. If they tell you that they're seeing this and you need to run the play again, you named him your OC, run the play again. Make your life as easy as possible, because you're going to have a different vantage point. You can still call your game. You can still have, you know, your game plan, how you want to attack it, but you need to be trusting that the people around you are going to do their job right. He said in his podium, in his intro, that he is not a micromanager. He's not going to be a micromanager. He's not going to be in the defensive locker room. He trusts Eric Washington there. You have to have some of that blind faith, but don't be stupid about it. You hear somebody call a cover zero blitz on the on the goal line. And you got Deebo Samuel out there on the right side. You may need to play back a little bit. You may need to, you know what I mean? Like, but you're gonna have to have some of that blind faith in hey, listen, We've got guys out here that know what the heck they're doing. They just need to be put in the position to do it.
Yeah, no, that's actually a very good point. I know BD is going to be the OC, like you mentioned, Brian, by default. But yeah, trust in your guys, and just be smart. Be smart about it.
Yeah, and listen, it is. It's not like he's doing nothing there. Like I want people to know the OCs are still doing things. They're up in the booth.
Yeah, they're involved. They're involved.
They're the ones telling you. Oh, like last week, Thomas Brown was able to see Keenan Allen over the middle. He ran a little dig route, and boom! Like if Caleb throws this football to him, that's a big game. Runs the same play again. You can't see that no more. So you got to trust what they're saying up there is what's actually going to happen.
Yeah, trust your guys. No, I'm with you on that one. My last and final key to Tomlin Brown, I might add.
Oh, you stop yourself.
To a victory over the 49ers in his first ever head coaching game. If you really want to do something different from Matt Eberflus, my goodness, utilize your challenges and your timeouts correctly. That's really what I want to see. Even and hopefully the game doesn't come down to the last play or the last drive again. But if it does, just be smarter about how you're using your timeouts to make your team to put your team in a position to win. Don't get scared. Be as confident as you've shown yourself to be on the podium. Be as decisive as you've shown yourself to be with the team these last couple of weeks. And just go out there to play to win and not to play to lose. Don't get scared in those moments where the decision is coming down to what you think is best for the team.
Yeah.
Use your timeouts right. If the challenges go your way, good job. But just be smart about how you utilize those things.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. My final key to a Chicago Bears victory and to finish the show out.
Oh, yeah.
Appreciate y'all for tuning in and showing love. You haven't done so. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page. I ain't even checked. Y'all been showing love in this month. Where we at? We got 44 likes on this video.
Flus is gone. Stop showing
right?
that.
Like, what we doing, Doc? That's it? Y'all
they mad about yesterday. I understand.
Y'all giving us that Flus energy? Oh, okay. I see you. Big haters. Big haters. Over 300 in this month.
Oh, my haters.
Jesus. My final key to a Chicago Bears win, to a Thomas Brown win. Trust what Caleb Williams is seeing. You have a special talent at quarterback. You have somebody who is understanding the game at a pace that as Bears fans, we can't even understand. Doesn't even make sense. We're literally sitting there just like, hey, this dude's amazing. He's seeing stuff that we didn't know quarterbacks could see. He's seeing stuff that we've never seen a quarterback do. He's doing stuff that we've never seen a quarterback do. Trust your young quarterback. That blind trust that you told Caleb that he has to have in you, you have to have in him as well. You're not in a great situation. You're not in a perfect situation. You're not in a situation where you've worked with this guy the entire offseason, where you've gotten an opportunity to grow with him, where you've gotten an opportunity to build with him. But I'll tell you this right now. Just like you said at the presser yesterday, if you're great at your job, opportunities come. Trust what your young quarterback is seeing out there. Use that as feedback to adjust your game plan one way or the other.
Yeah.
If he's feeling too much pressure, we got to go quick throw. If he's feeling like the line's doing a great job and can hold up, let's take some more deep shots. If he's feeling like, he's got to get out of the pocket more, trust him to get out of the pocket more. Again, you can't see what's happening up top, and you're not in that huddle. It all goes back to keeping it simple. These are not out of body, mind, and spirit concepts here. They're literally like, oh, you mean like if we just actually think that we have a good quarterback and he actually shows he's a good quarterback and we trust that he's going to understand some of what he's seeing and we make it simple for him, we can win games?
That's how low the bar is.
Well, I don't even think it's how low the bar is. I think it's literally that, again, you got talent.
Yeah, use it.
There's talent on this team. Use it. Trust it. Go out there and make the play. Or I should say make the call. He can't make the play. Go out there and make the call. And let's go get a freaking dub. 6 games straight. Let's get out of here with a dub, man. I'm tired of this. I'm sick of it.
Let's go.
If not, they'll be talking about fire him tomorrow. Appreciate you guys for tuning in and showing love. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. We're going to get up out of here, man. For Mr. Media himself, Jordan JC. Ladies and gentlemen, it's your boy, Pat the Designer, back at it again. Y'all stay safe out there, Chicago. Bed down. One love. Peace.
Yeah.
The best show for Chicago sports.